Welcome to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil, the official Monster Jam podcast. I'm Scott Jordan. The talk of the sport is about the new announced truck for 2024. I'm talking about the JCB Digatron. And to dive into that, we have brought the matriarch of JCB here, Miss Alice Bamford, all the way from Malibu to come on to the show. And of course, we have the whole Bamford clan here. Who else is here with you?
We certainly do. Thank you, Scott. So we've got Bo sitting my knee. This is Iris, and this is Otis. So we've got a little JCB family here, and Annie off camera.
And Otis, I've seen some video of you playing with Monster Jam trucks. I understand that you watch the TV show. You're a big fan, right? This kind of started because of you and your love for Monster Jam, right? I love that. That's amazing. Let's get a fist bump right there for the people. All right. So, Alice, let's talk about first for our fans out there who aren't familiar with JCB. Of course, now it's the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam and the #1 family-owned construction company in the world, which is amazing. But where did JCB start?
Exactly. So we're the largest privately owned construction equipment company, founded in 1945 by my grandpa. His name was Joseph Cyril Bamford. So JCB is what you see on all of our diggers, and those are his initials. He actually invented the backhoe loader, and he started the company on the day my father was born.
Wow.
77 years ago. And we're a family business, and why we fell in love with Monster Jam is it's very much a family-orientated sport, and there's a great family behind it.
So I love that, because we are all about family entertainment here. And with Otis being a big fan, is that really where this idea sort of started progressing, that, hey, maybe we can do something with this?
Absolutely. I had no idea about Monster Jam until Otis turned us onto it. And he was a huge fan. And he started drawing a lot of monster trucks and telling us more about it. And we see the adverts on TV. We got a grave digger and a little Megalodon. And then we went to an event, and we were blown away, because we went to be with our children and watch an event with them, and we genuinely had a fantastic time ourselves. It's a thrilling sport. The excitement was palpable. The whole crowd, so any age you were, was having a good time.
What was the excitement level like for everybody at JCB when this idea started to progress a little bit into, this could be a truck, this could be a partnership? Was it just a lot of excitement? Because I know from our side, hearing everything behind the scenes, everybody was so thrilled to bring you guys aboard. So was it the same with you?
Absolutely it was. JCB is all about innovation and doing something different. And our promotion, our advertising really is doing collaborations with other sports. We hold the land speed record for diesel. We're involved with Formula One. And to actually have a competitive vehicle in a sport is something that thrills everyone within JCB.
And what has the process been like for JCB, and for you in particular, from the time the idea started to where we're at now, where that truck is debuting at the Alamo Dome in January?
Well, we can't wait. I've seen a few sneak previews, and it's looking good. And it feels very natural. It feels part of the JCB family. It feels part of the Monster Jam family. It's a natural progression. And I think probably the interesting thing for our teams and your teams is we had two sets of engineers on it. So we had JCB engineers, Monster Jam engineers, but it's been a warm embrace. We've had so much fun all the way through. And I cannot wait to show our customers Monster Jam, invite them and all their families to come and see Digatron for real.
Well, Otis, you've seen Digatron, you've seen the designs. How do you feel about the truck? You like it?
Yeah.
You think it's going to win championships for you? Are you going to be down there when it wins, like cheering it on, wearing the shirts and everything?
Yeah.
I love that. We're going to have to get you and Tristan. Tristan's going to have to teach you how to drive when you're old enough. So maybe you can be the next driver of JCB Digatron. What do you think? All right, well, let's talk about your expectations for 2024 and beyond. Obviously, this is a multi-year agreement that we have with you, and we are going to be a match made in heaven. From everything I hear, it's a perfect fit, everything that you've said. So what are your expectations on your side for this partnership with Monster Jam?
Well, we begin in San Antonio, the Alamo Stadium. We have Tristan England as our driver, who is one of the most genuine, lovely human beings. Not only is he that, he's the most incredible driver as well. I cannot wait to see what he does today at the Superstar Challenge. But we've already built an incredible relationship with Tristan, and we'll invite our customers for the first time, our dealers. Everyone works for our dealership in San Antonio and further afield in Texas, and I think we'll make a great splash to begin with. And it's very exciting to have a machine the first year. I have every confidence it's going to be very competitive, especially with Tristan at the wheel.
And Tristan is all about family. You're all about family. Monster Jam is all about family. So it's perfect harmony. Now, I saw a clip of you. I did some research on you, not gonna lie. I saw a clip of you where you said you wanted a winner as a driver. Well, you got one. He's a World Finals racing champion. So when you found out Tristan was going to be your driver, that obviously probably elevated your expectations a little bit. Did you have any input in him driving this truck? Did you just see him and say, you know what, I want that guy right there. He's really good.
I think it was the opposite way round. The wonderful team at Feld and Monster Jam said, we have the perfect driver for you, which is Tristan. So Tristan, obviously he has a great history and background with Monster Jam, his father driving, and he also is very familiar with excavators and driving diggers, so it seemed a natural fit. And also we are very ecologically minded, and we look to the future and green fuels, and Tristan also has a great background in that, so it just seems harmonious from the beginning.
And you had Tristan down at your facilities over across the pond, correct? How was that experience for you?
He made an enormous impact, a huge splash. A few people were a little reticent before about Monster Jam, and you know, it was over the pond and in America, and he came to England and he convinced all those naysayers. So everyone is cheering for Tristan.
Well, I know we are so excited to have you as a partner and to see JCB Digatron make his debut. Now, Otis, I have a favor to ask of you. We have a phrase here in Monster Jam that we start every event with. It's "This is Monster Jam." Can you look into the camera and tell all of our fans worldwide, this is Monster Jam?
This is Monster Jam.
That was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well, it has been a pleasure having you, Alice, and your family here. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
and
Scott.
as for you folks, stay right where you are, because coming up next, we're going to see the man behind the wheel. Tristan England comes back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil, next. Welcome back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. My next guest needs no introduction. We're going to give him one anyway. He's the reigning World Finals racing champion and the newly minted driver of the JCB Digatron. My pleasure to welcome back to the show Tristan England. Tristan, thanks for being on, man.
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy to be here.
First of all, let's get the fluff out of the way. You're the first four-time guest of the show. So I printed out an old poster of me from a boy band back in the 90s. I'm going to give that to you as a gift. So
oh, fantastic.
That's the gift. Every four-time guest will get one of those.
Put it up in the shop. Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, man. So before we get into JCB, because I talked to Alice, she's so excited to have you as the new face of their company in Monster Jam, but you get your first stadium series. So let's start there. It's been a long time coming for you. I know talking to you in the past is something you've been waiting for. So what are your thoughts about that? Now you finally get a chance to showcase what you got on a stadium series.
Well, it's a little different. You know, I got to be behind the wheel of Megalodon for a little while and do a stadium series with some of the best in the business, like Tom Metz, Adam Anderson, Ryan Anderson. They weren't in their other identities except for Adam. Adam was in his. I mean, Tom was, of course, in Max D, but they were heavy hitters, and I hung with them every single weekend. So I have no pressure going into the year, no matter who my competitors are. I'm just going in there with a clear head, and I have a brand new truck, and I'm bringing it out for the Monster Jam fans, and I just can't wait to dig the competition up.
I like that. You're gonna coin that now for the rest of it?
I'll try. I don't know.
Let's talk about how you found out that you were moving into a new truck and you were coming aboard Stadium Championship Series East. Was this something that happened after you won Racing World Finals, or was it kind of in the works before that?
It was actually in the works before that, which is really cool. I actually went overseas and met the family, Alice and Ann and the kids, and Otis. He's the heart behind this inspiration right here with the Digatron Monster Jam truck. So it's pretty exciting, but there's no telling what the expectations are throughout the whole season, but we're going to have fun every single weekend.
Well, obviously you already look good in yellow. We know that, so you get to kind of keep that. Talk a little bit about the Digatron concept here. When you first saw that truck and that concept, what were your thoughts?
It looked fierce. I mean, it looked like a beast. It also gave the inspiration of the first backhoe, which was built with JCB. So that inspiration also, the first piece of equipment my dad put me on was a backhoe, and he also ran backhoes for his dad growing up. So, I mean, it's just all full circle kind of thing, but it's what I've dreamed of since I was a kid, and now we're here.
Well, it's such a large company, like worldwide, one of the top construction companies in the world, and it's still family owned, which is mind-boggling to me that it's gotten so large and it's just one family that owns it. I know you are a huge family man. You come from a big family out there in Texas. You have a son. You're getting married, man. So what does that mean to you to represent a family-owned company like that, man? It's all right, man. That's what family's all about, dude. I choke up on my kids too, man, but I know it's a big deal for you. You're going to make me cry, man. You're a friend of mine, dude. what we do in our job. We have to leave our wives and our kids and our family and come out here and put on a show for these fans. But you're at the forefront of this new era of Monster Jam. You are one of the biggest stars in the sport, and now you have your own family. Besides these thousands of families that are going to be here this weekend to watch you. So how does that make you feel, man?
Man, I just got to keep my head screwed on straight. It's very tough to stay consistent. It's very hard to be at the top of your game, but if you come out here and you have the level head, you have those good people supporting you back home, you got it all.
I mean, so you've driven a lot of stuff throughout the years. You're like the ultimate journeyman. You've been in Megalodon, Earthshaker. You've gone and done and so much crazy stuff. You're like the guy, and I said this about Lindsay Reed as far as the women driver. She's like the utility player in Monster Jam. That's you for the male drivers. You, every time Monster Jam needs a driver for any truck, they call you. And not only do you come out and put on a great show, you come out and win. So how does that make you feel that you are that guy? You've entrenched yourself in a Monster Jam like that.
Well, it's not only that, it's going and getting thrown in a different chassis you've never competed in before, and then just going out there and winning. It's just being honed in with these chassis, these trucks, and I'm on a simulator all the time, and that's how I get my practice in. Also, my son with the Spin Master trucks every week. He loves Monster Jam just as much as I do, so it keeps me involved every day, 24/7. I mean, if I'm not at the track, I'm definitely with the Spin Master trucks with Crash, and now we have this new truck coming out, and I can't wait to see that Spin Master truck.
And not only do you, I'm sure, have pressure on you because you have a bullseye on your back now as the reigning racing champion, but do you feel any pressure now to lead this JCB brand and lead this brand new truck?
Well, I don't necessarily feel much pressure. It's excitement because I've sat back, I've watched, and I've waited. I've waited for my opportunities, and I've hit them when I've got them. So now, coming into a new season, it's my first stadium tour. I have a list of tricks that we have not even seen before, and I cannot wait to break them out of the bag, but it's going to be over a span of many years to come, and I just cannot wait. It gets me so excited.
Well, I think other thing fans are wondering is when you talk about those skills tricks, any opportunity to see you eating snacks in the truck while you're doing them. I think because that you set a precedent there, and I feel like everybody wants to see that now in the new Digatron as well.
Oh, sure. I actually bought a gyro cup holder, and I was going to mount that in, but haven't had time to do that necessarily, but maybe we'll set that up.
I'm excited that you don't have to change your cowboy hat. That still fits in with what JCB does. And you've got this brand going now. Again, we mentioned the yellow and the black. You don't have to change your color. I'm excited to see you in Digatron. I'm excited to see more of you on Inside Monster Jam. And I'm excited to see you right back here after the break. More with Tristan England. Welcome back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. I am joined by the new driver of JCB Digatron, Tristan England. Tristan, Earthshaker has made quite the impression in the sport of Monster Jam. You've led that truck to multiple championships. What do you think the future for Earthshaker is in Monster Jam?
Man, I don't know. We shook things up for a good long while, and whoever is going to get the keys to that thing is going to do amazing things. It's definitely going to be a driver that is well thought out, and I can't wait to see who's going to step into that door.
It's quite the footsteps to follow there. Let's talk about Monster Jam as it's evolved as a sport. It used to be something where we'd come in and we'd go January to May, and that was it. And then summer's off to kind of do your own thing. A lot of drivers had to do some other things to make ends meet and have their families. Now, a Monster Jam is this global phenomenon that lasts from January all the way through to December. Let's talk about, first of all, the endurance that you have to have and the physical aspect it takes on your body, the physical toll it takes on your body, because now you're not stopping in May, you're going all the way through the year, and that's a lot of weekends, man. It's a lot of mental and physical and emotional stress on your body.
It's tough, don't get me wrong, and I mean, we're not, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnsons out here or anything, built and all that, but I'm telling you right now, since I have focused more on getting more healthy, trying to eat right, I mean, it's hard on the road, don't get me wrong, but being able to go home and eat right when my woman, Kiera, she makes those big dishes of food and I have to finish it all, because it's delicious. And then get back on the road and try to figure out the diet. It's tough to do, but it's possible. I've done it. And I've taken the hits now compared to then when I was out of shape. It's way better now. I feel like I can take a hit, continue on for another 30 seconds or minute, whatever it may be, and I'm still good after the run's over. I'm still refreshed. But yeah, being in shape is important, and I found that out later in my career.
World Finals next year is the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, one of the biggest stadiums in the world, state-of-the-art, everything. They always talk about the Hollywood storybook endings, man. So if you could write a perfect Hollywood storybook ending to get you to World Finals, what would it be?
I already wrote it, man. We already wrote it with Earthshaker. We just got to do it again. We just got to keep writing new books, new chapters, and keep going, keep pushing. That's what's going to get us continued at the top and get Digatron and JCB right there.
I think they call that the sequel in Hollywood. So the sequel is just getting started for you, and it could end in Hollywood with another World Finals championship, man. 2023, let's wrap that up before we start focusing on your series. In a couple words, man, describe 2023 for you in Monster Jam.
Unbelievable.
I mean, you won another series, come out of the West, win the series championship, go to World Finals, you win the racing championship. So that's not how I'm sure a lot of people may have scripted it, and I'm sure that's how you scripted it, and you exceeded all expectations. So had to be perfect for you, right?
For the World Finals, I went out there, no expectations at all. We bummed it in the two-wheel skills competition, and then racing was up next. I knew I had some of the choppiest tires that we had there for a set, but we stuck it out. We got through it. Threw in an H corner, and we just kept being consistent, and it got us the ticket. But running over a series championship, it's 19 weeks or plus. I mean, it's ridiculous. And in an arena series, it's 4 or 5 events a weekend. And I mean, you're not only beating the truck to death, you're beating your body. So it's tough on your crew. And I have a heck of a crew, and he's coming back. Howie Dalton.
Get Howie back.
I get Howie.
All right, man. Well, listen, I was emotional when I called your race, man. So you can talk about tears. I had a tear in my eye when you won that, my friend. You well-deserved. Coming up, we're going to break down that series. We'll talk about all the competitors that Tristan will face on Stadium Championship Series East. That is next on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. Welcome back to Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil. I'm Scott Jordan. I'm joined by Tristan England. Tristan, a lot of fans are not familiar with JCB yet. They will be very soon. But you got a chance to go out there to their facilities and test out a lot of their equipment, man. What was that like for you?
Man, first of all, it's a journey. It's across the pond. But it's pretty neat because my last name's England, so going over to the UK is just, it was perfect. But as soon as you go into the JCB facility, we actually stayed at the country club, and everybody was super nice and welcoming. Then we got to go to the facilities of JCB, and just seeing how big the headquarters is, it's something that you can't necessarily put into words and wrap your head around how big all this is. And I mean, we say Monster Jam is big as it gets, and JCB is just that as well. So us coming together, it's just going to get even bigger. Going out to the facilities, I got to see the production line. They're spitting out telehandlers at 4 minutes, every 4 minutes. And it was nuts to see the process. They even had, it's not necessarily a dyno, but it was a track to make sure everything moves correctly. And it's very neat how everything goes into what they do, and it's family owned, and they actually care about everything that goes into what they're doing in their business. And that's exactly what we do at Monster Jam and Feld Entertainment. And I'm so excited for this merger, and I'm tickled to death that I was picked to drive behind the wheel of this truck, because I've been wanting something exciting to happen for a very long time, and this is it.
Well, Alice's son, Otis, a huge fan of Monster Jam. That's kind of where the deal started there, so I'm sure you're going to make him proud as well. Let's talk about your tour. You started talking about the Andersons. It's the first time Ryan and Adam have been on a series against each other in a long time, so I feel like they're going to maybe cancel each other out a little bit. They're going to beat up on each other for bragging rights. You mentioned Tom Meents. It's his farewell tour, so a lot of spotlight's going to be on there. A lot of eyeballs going to be on you, but you got some other tough competitors. You got John Gordon going to be on tour, Ryan Disharoon, Nick Pagliarulo, Matt Pagliarulo, Cole Vennard, and Jamie Garner. So 6 of the top independent trucks in there as well, and no slouches. Any one of them can win on any given night. So talk about some of those other competitors. Let's talk about Cole Vennard, for instance. He's a guy who has won a couple Arena Series championships, but's just been a little short on the Stadium Series. What are your expectations of going against Cole every night?
Oh, man, I've known Cole since I first started. We actually went to Monster Jam University together when we did the workshop, and that was exciting. After that, I was just a backup driver, and what a lot of people don't know is my first truck that I drove inside of an arena with a body on was Cole Vennard's Gravedigger. And so that was back in 2016, and I got to drive it for media. I mean, it wasn't an event, but I got to drive it around, I got to jump it, I got to do donuts. So that meant a lot just then. That was huge for me, and that was my first weekend out doing anything with the body on a truck. And then we got the keys to El Toro, and then, of course, Earthshaker. Within the few years that we've had it, we've really made a name for it, and there's no telling what's going to happen with this Digatron Monster Jam truck with JCB, and just the team that we have behind us, the family that we have supporting us. It's going to be amazing.
And we've seen some major steps taken in the careers of John Gordon and Nick Pagliarulo, Ryan Disharone as well, Jamie Garner. A lot of these drivers really elevated their game in 2023. So do you expect that to continue and to still put some more pressure on, you know, the other bigger name fleet drivers in the company to win every night?
I hope so. I do. I love going out and seeing everybody be successful. It's all about the Monster Jam fans, but I like to win. And so it's awesome for everything to come together, but you have to stay consistent. You have to keep that level head. And if you don't worry about the competition, it'll be all right.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, we do have some fan scoring elements in here, which you and I have talked about. But you won Entertainer of the Year, so you know how to get those fans on the side of your team, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think it's the arena aspect. Honestly, we're so much tighter with the fans, and they're right there. So once we get to this much of an aspect of the stadium and all the fans, I'm going to get them all on their feet, that's for sure.
Let's circle back real quick. Last question for you. Tom Meents, his retirement tour, not semi-retirement maybe, stepping away just from active competition. What are your thoughts on being a part of that season with Tom?
Oh, it's going to be amazing. And then I get to go hang out with him again at Monster Jam University for another year of making people superstars. That's what he likes to say. So I can't wait for this whole next year. It's going to be amazing. I keep saying it. It's going to be fun with Tom. I think he's going to bring everything that he's got to the table. And like I was saying, everybody's stepping everything up every year. It gets me going because, like I told you, I have a list of tricks that nobody's seen before. So, or maybe they've done them too, but they haven't showed them yet. I don't know.
I'm looking forward to it. And if you want to see Tristan debut the new JCB Digatron, you can get your tickets January 13th, the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, at monsterjam.com. Tristan, always a pleasure, man. Thank you. Congratulations. I'm looking forward to seeing the Digatron in action, man.
It's going to be awesome.
I'll see you right here next time on Inside Monster Jam, powered by Lucas Oil.